Hello, everyone. I just woke up, so if I sound tired, that's why. But it's time for the 3.3 special program. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's just jump into it.
Surprise! I didn't expect to see you here.
Hey, Ito.
Time as soon as you heard that Inazuma was organizing a test of courage event, right?
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I know you. Oh, what am I doing? Well, obviously I'm here scouting out the place. I've been investigating the area and have already figured out all the plans for the event. Of course, I can tell you all the details. We're practically family. I'm Max Middleman, and this is the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special program. Let's roll the version 3.3 trailer.
Ooh. Oh, come on.
A friendly word of advice. Test of courage events tend to give rise to a variety of strange rumors and stories.
Whose
So
voice
please,
is that?
be sure to exercise caution.
How was that? Were you scared?
Oh, Ito.
Who goes there?
Oh, is there really a ghost around here? Why this time I have a feeling that it's staring right at us? Are you talking to me?
Ho ho ho.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me.
From this day forth, Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
Oh.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Dottore.
Oh
Dottore! In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
no. Oh boy. Oh, this update is gonna be painful for me, but I'm gonna see how this plays out. Oh, oh, that was hot. Oh, Faruzan.
Dare to mess with me?
Oh, she's a bow character.
Too late for regret.
Oh, that's gonna be really good for bows only.
His gift.
Scaramouche, the mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
Oh, oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. See, here's the thing. I really like the dynamic, the relationship between Dottore and Scaramouche, so I hope this isn't like a... I hope this isn't how they're making it out to be. I hope things are a little more complicated than that. Oh, I'm gonna be really sad if that's actually how it is. But either way, this update looks really interesting. I'm probably going to cry while I play it.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Genshin Impact version
Sarah!
3.3 special program. I'm your host, Sarah Miller-Cruz, the voice of Lumine in Genshin Impact. And today I'm joined by...
Max, the one and only Middleman, voice of the one and only Taki Ito.
And I'm Patrick Pedraza, voice of the Wanderer. But up until now, travelers have only known me as Scaramouche, and everyone's been battling me in the game lately.
Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, it's a really cool fight.
It is.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm super excited to have the chance to share some upcoming content with everyone.
I'm so
What did you all think
excited.
about that trailer?
Okay, so I definitely saw Irminsul in there, and I am really excited to find out more about it.
Yeah, that trailer had everything. It had everything. It had action. It had drama. It was lighthearted in places, but it was dramatic.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just super stoked for everyone to see Scaramouche's, like, backstory. I'm super excited about it, for real.
Heck yeah.
Well, speaking of that, following the story's development, Scaramouche is still in Nahida's custody. So I bet the question everyone's wanting to know is how he'll become the Wanderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And there's quite a story behind that. If you're interested, then be sure to play
I
the
knew
Archon
it!
Quest interlude chapter, the version of Genesis.
I
There's
knew
so
we
much to
weren't
learn
done
in
with
this
the
quest,
Archon
so
quest
everyone
in
check it
Sumeru.
out.
Oh, come on, man. You can't just leave everyone hanging
It's an
like that.
interlude
What the
chapter,
hits?
though. That's
Come on,
interesting.
Please, please.
All right. How can I say no to a cute chibi-ito?
Aww.
Here's a little preview from the quest.
We ran into two people at the academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatara incident.
Oh.
From what they were saying, it sounded like
Oh,
much
no.
of Tatara-suna's history
Oh, no.
is still unexplained. And most of the
Oh, no, are we gonna see what
Just from
happened?
people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought. Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatara-suna was sabotaged.
Oh,
Pretty rad.
Oh no, are we gonna see
Why are
what
we talking
happened?
about Tatara Suna?
I guess we'll have to see. It is interesting, though, to see the Traveler, Nahida, and
Oh god.
Scaramouche.
Okay, no. I need to pause for a second because, oh my god, I've been wanting to find out all the details about that whole thing for like a year. Oh my god, are we finally gonna find out exactly what happened at Tatarasuna? Oh my god, okay.
all together so peacefully like that.
Yeah, but in this interlude chapter, Nahida will task the Traveler and Paimon with keeping an eye on Scaramouche while we go with him into Irminsul in search of some information.
Oh.
Interesting. So obviously Nahida must have some reason for deciding to keep Scaramouche around.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I'm liking Scaramouche's new style.
Yeah.
Oh, dude's looking sharp.
Heck yeah, always. Right. And at this point, he's known by a completely different name, the Wanderer. I love that name.
Is he
Okay,
still
so
going by
I know I'm not
Kunikuzushi,
the only
though?
one who's curious about what happened. I mean, it looks like he's really changed a lot.
Yeah.
I
for
just want to
sure.
know if he's still
But
going by
I'm afraid that's all we
Kunikuzushi
can
at
show
all.
for now. Travelers will have to experience the story for themselves in game. I mean, it's better to explore the storyline without too many spoilers, right?
True.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So true. Oh my god. Story leakers, I will destroy you.
Okay, we'll leave the rest for travelers to discover themselves. But the Wanderer is also going to be a new playable character in version 3.3. So let's talk about that. I'm sure many of
Oh
our
my
viewers
God,
are
I'm so
curious about his
excited.
talents.
Heck yeah, sure thing. Let's have a look at the Wanderer in combat.
Oh, I'm so excited.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
So true.
Wind rises.
Oh, I like that. Oh.
All right, you're up.
Oh, I love
Help
him.
introduce the Wanderer for us.
Sure thing. The Wanderer is a catalyst user and has an animo vision, so he uses wind blades to perform ranged normal attacks.
Wait a second, wind blades?
Not the same as the Traveler's wind blade.
Okay.
Man,
So, as everyone
I wanted
probably
him to be a
noticed,
sword
the
user
Wanderer
or
can
like
hover
a
in the air when he
claymore
casts his
user so
elemental skill.
bad, but
Upon using his elemental
this is
skill,
cool
he will
too.
first deal AoE damage before leaping into the air and entering a hovering state. So while hovering, the Wanderer's normal and charge attacks will be converted into Kugo Fushudan and Kugu Tofukai respectively. The damage they deal and their AoE will be increased. Their damage will
Oh.
be considered normal and charge attack damage, respectively. Also, Kugu Tofukai will not consume stamina, and he can remain hovering for a certain duration.
Oh.
Fly.
I know, right? But he can't stay hovering forever. While hovering, the Wanderer constantly consumes Kuguryoku points to maintain his hovering state, which is the blue meter you see on the screen. Even if he doesn't move or attack, hovering will still consume Kuguryoku points.
Okay.
So this mechanic works a little differently than our typical stamina meter. There are many possible actions the Wanderer can perform while hovering in the air, which all rely on Kuguryoku points rather than stamina. So, for example, sprinting mid-air will consume additional Kuguryoku points to accelerate mid-air, and holding the sprint button will cause persistent point consumption to maintain
I love
speed.
that little animation
So
at the
this
end
effect
there,
will replace
the
his default
sticking his
sprint.
tongue out.
Jumping expends extra Kuguryoku points to increase hovering height. Holding jump will cause persistent Kuguryoku point consumption to keep increasing hovering height. Of course, running out of points will end his hovering state.
Oh, okay.
That
so
sounds really
travelers will
fun.
need to plan their actions while hovering.
Exactly. So, with his talent, Jade Claim Flower, when casting his elemental skill, if it contacts Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, that instance of the skill will receive a corresponding buff effect depending on which element was contacted. So, for example, increasing his Kuguryoku points cap, attack, crit rate, or restoring the set amount of
Ooh.
energy upon hitting opponents with a normal or charged attack. The Wanderer can have up to 2 different kinds of these buffs
Ooh.
simultaneously.
Ooh.
Oh, look, check that out. Part of the halo behind him changes color depending on the buffs you get. So travelers will be able to easily understand what effects the Wanderer currently has.
I like that. It's helpful and still looks really cool.
Yeah.
So, after unlocking another talent, Gales of Reverie, when the Wanderer is in the hovering state, if his normal or charged attack hits an enemy, there is a set chance to gain another buff effect, allowing him to sprint midair without consuming Kuguryoku points. Additionally, this buff effect will fire wind arrows to attack the enemy.
Ooh.
Oh, dope. I'm sure extra buff effects like that will go a long way for players when they're in combat.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've noticed, there is a colorful aura of light around his body to indicate when that buff effect is triggered.
I saw that.
That's pretty cool. I love all the detail they've put into the Wanderer.
All right, this brings us to the Wanderer's elemental.
Oh,
burst.
I love that.
Yay!
So, check this out. Upon unleashing his burst, he compresses the atmosphere and stomps it down toward the enemy. Travelers should note that if the Wanderer is in a hovering state when he unleashes his burst, then the hovering state will end and he will begin descending after the burst is complete.
Oh,
This stomping animation is a little aggressive.
Yeah, but it's cool.
it
I know,
suits
and it
him.
actually suits his
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, I can't help but agree.
Wait. Let's not forget about the exploration talent.
Ah, yes. This is an interesting one. The Wanderer can decrease the mora required when ascending bows and catalysts.
Hey, now,
Huh.
you can never complain about saving Mora. Am I right?
Okay,
Huh?
that's true. All right.
The
now that we've
ranged
seen the
version
Wanderer,
of
let's move on to the
Raiden's
next new
talent.
character. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yay!
What did you say? Oh, I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam Faruzan, and I'll see if I can pick that up.
Okay, Faruzan seems fun.
Huh?
Her eyes are so pretty.
What is it that you would like to learn more about? Different forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer design of elemental monuments? Huh. Wait. Did you forget to call me Madam Faruzan just now when you asked your question? Whoa! What? There's nothing wrong with being afraid of thunder, even at an older age.
Oh,
She
gosh.
sounds sassy.
Yeah,
I know.
and smart too.
She seems so awesome.
She's fun.
I wonder what her skirt's made
I
out
know,
of.
her design is so cool and really detailed. I love it.
So, even though she looks super young, she's actually an old person? Like, oh, where's my tea?
She's not that old.
I
Oh,
don't know,
right.
could've fooled me.
Faruzan's age is probably still nothing compared to Scaramouche.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Let's call him the Wanderer, Sarah. Please.
Okay, you know who I meant. Actually, now that I think about it, yokai can also live a really long time too.
That's right. Yeah, no, and speaking of age...
Yeah, so
isn't
how
the
old's
traveler's
Ito?
age also kind of mysterious?
Mm-hmm, that's true. It looks like all of our characters are intriguing. But
Nobody
it's
here
safe
is
to
the
say
age
that
they appear
Faruzan
to
is
be.
way older than most people in Tibet. Faruzan works in the Academia's Haravatat Darshan and has been a hairbod, which roughly means mentor, for over a century.
So I bet everyone out there is wondering if she's also some kind of creature blessed with long life, you know? Like Klee?
No, she's actually just your regular, typical human being.
Oh.
Well, maybe not so typical. About 100 years ago, Faruzan was an undisputed genius, traveling all around Sumeru and solving many puzzles and mysteries. The notes she left behind eventually became the basis of mechanical research for later generations.
Whoa, she sounds pretty amazing.
But later, she accidentally stumbled into some ruins while trying to solve a puzzle. There, she encountered some strange phenomenon which stopped her from aging, and was trapped there for nearly 100 years. She eventually solved the puzzle and was able to finally return to Sumeru.
Wow.
Can you imagine being trapped in a puzzle for 100 years? Wait. So that's how she's been a hairbod for over a century?
Yeah. And even now, she still has the pride of a scholar in her heart and is a very talented person. It's just that after being separated from the world for so long, she's kind of fallen behind the times now.
Oh, hey, I get what you mean. She was once a proud researcher in a niche field that has become unpopular after 100 years. So, is she still completely dedicated to her field?
Yep. And she often tries using her old age as a means of drumming up support for her ideas. However, I think she'd prefer to be complained about for using her seniority rather than garnering sympathy for her experience of being trapped in the ruins.
Yeah, sounds like she's quite the character.
I know, right? Okay, so now that we've covered her backstory, why don't we take a look at Faruzan's abilities in combat?
Let's do it.
Fight, 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 fight.
100 years have passed, yet there hasn't been any change to those dumb rules at the Academia. Dare to mess with me? Have fun with this gift!
Ooh, off-field animo?
I love all the geometric shapes when she's playing. Did you guys see that?
Yes, there's so much geometry, and I took geometry.
It looks so cool.
Oh, yeah.
So, Faruzan is an animo character, and she wields a bow as her weapon. Her normal attacks are the usual bow attacks you'd expect from a bow user, so there's not too much to say about that. But her skills are where things get interesting. Her elemental skill deploys a polyhedron that deals damage to enemies. After using her skill, her next aimed shot will become a special attack that creates a vortex, pulling nearby objects and opponents in.
Oh, nice. So she can clump enemies together.
And there's also another thing about her special charged attack. It will create a vortex effect at its point of impact, and if the attack hits an enemy or ally member, it'll apply a mark and create a vortex after a short delay.
Okay. So it looks like there will be a lot of potential uses for this attack. Travelers will have to experiment with it and see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing to try hitting teammates with the arrow in co-op mode and charge into the enemies to group them all together.
Oh, that
I'll
sounds
see who
fun.
wants to try that with me. After unlocking the talent Impetuous Flow, the time required for fully charging Faruzan's next shot will be reduced, and the arrow will reduce the target enemy's animo resistance. In her elemental burst, she deploys a dazzling polyhedron and releases a whirlwind pulse. Throughout its duration, the dazzling polyhedron will continuously
So I'm
move along a
guessing
triangular path.
Farzan is gonna
Once it
be
reaches
a
each corner of that triangular
4-star,
path, it will
but is
unleash
she
one
gonna
more whirlwind pulse.
Yeah,
is she gonna
one
be
minute she's
on
here, next she's
the Wanderer's
probably
banner?
Gone for
Am I gonna be
100
rolling on that banner on
years.
2 accounts?
Even Sino's jokes are funnier than that.
Pretty funny.
All right. Anyway, let's hear what effects these whirlwind pulses have.
Sure. When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo resistance. It will also apply an animo damage buff effect to all nearby party members when it's unleashed.
So
Travelers
she's
should note that the
mainly a
effective range of
support
this buff is quite
for
large, and it's not just
on-field
within the whirlwind
animo
pulse itself, so there's no need to go
DPSs
chasing
like
the polyhedron.
Wanderer. Xiao,
Unlocking the
Hazo.
talent, Lost Wisdom of the Seven Caverns, when a team member uses normal, charged, or plunging attacks, elemental skills, or elemental bursts to deal anemo damage to an enemy, the damage will increase based on Faruzan's base attack. This effect can only be triggered once for a certain duration of time.
Oh, so it seems she'll be the
Ooh.
solid support.
Yeah.
Totally. And as a
Okay, yeah,
researcher
so
of
she's
mechanical
definitely on the
tools,
Wanderer
Faruzan
banner
has
then.
taken it upon herself to explore many ruins, with her travels taking her all across Sumeru. Her exploration talent reflects this, and she gains more rewards when dispatched on a Sumeru expedition for 20 hours.
I'm sure no other mentor in Haravatat has 100 years of experience in solving puzzles.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's pretty hard to beat.
Mhm.
So, the big question is, when can travelers expect to get these new characters?
Yes, show the
That is a good
banners.
question. Let's talk about the upcoming event wishes. In the early part of version 3.3, the Wanderer and Arataki Ito will be available via their own event wishes. Faruzan will also be making her debut in these event wishes. In the later part of version 3.3, we'll be
I
seeing
knew a
rerun
Raiden
event wishes for
rerun
both
had to
Raiden
be
Shogun
coming.
And Kamisato Ayato.
She hasn't been
And
rerun
last
since
but not least,
2.5.
The new 5-star catalyst, Tule Tula's Remembrance, will be appearing in a new weapon event wish.
And that's not all. In version 3.3, 2 brand new artifact series will become available.
Ah, I
travelers
knew
should be sure
it.
to check out the corresponding domain.
Woo! More artifacts!
Alright.
I hope travelers will have fun experimenting and trying new combinations.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at these artifacts. Anemo damage bonus. When charged attacks hit opponents, the equipping character's normal attack speed will increase by 10%, while normal charge and plunging attack damage will be increased by 40%. Okay, so that's his dedicated set. Increases elemental mastery. Bloom, Hyper Bloom, and Burgeon buffs. Okay. Man, I was really hoping he wouldn't have like a new dedicated artifact set. I was really hoping I could just like take a VV set off of like Sucrose, or take the one that I used to have on Ether before I started using Dendro Ether all the time, and just give it to him.
We've already talked about a ton of
Oh,
new
well.
content, so why don't we take a quick break with another redemption code?
Sounds good. Roll out the code.
Woohoo!
That means I'm gonna have to farm new artifacts for him. The things I do for this man. And I hope they post what talent books he needs soon, too, because, I have maybe spent the last few weeks, farming Sumeru talent books, basically every day, because I don't know which ones he'll need, and it takes a lot of books to triple crown a character. Nobody tell me what books he needs, by the way, because I'm sure that's been leaked already. If it hasn't been officially posted, don't tell me.
Welcome back to the version 3.3 special program. Okay, Patrick, what do we have next?
So next, we'll be covering the upcoming events for the new version.
That's right. We've already mentioned the Test of Courage event, and I'm sure plenty of you were wondering about that, so let's start there.
Aha! You must be here to participate in the Test of Courage. I can already see a dark aura.
This event sounds really fun.
If you carelessly go running into the event, all it'll take is one little misstep, and the darkness will swallow you up. Some strange and unusual things may occur along the way. If you ever feel you can't handle it, you may withdraw from the event at any time. This is your last chance. I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Test of Courage. Enter at your own risk.
This sounds really fun.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it is a test of courage, so I'm sure there'll be some scary stuff going on there.
I ain't scared.
Anyway, to successfully clear this event, we'll be facing a series of little tests.
Ooh, what's this? Tests, you say?
Yes, that's right.
Wait, oh my god, that
Word has it
sword.
that if you walk around
That's,
the test of courage, you might find
oh
yourself
god, what is that
involved in
yokai
some sort of
called?
game. We've
The
already
funny
got the rules
umbrella
down, so let's
yokai.
do a quick introduction. Basically, travelers will have to control a bouncing bar to bounce a ball and use skill ball effects to break as many bricks as possible.
Okay.
Oh my
I'm liking
god.
This one seems pretty straightforward.
During the game, travelers will be able to trigger elemental reactions to break bricks more effectively.
Nice! It even has elemental reactions.
Yeah, we can control the character to move the bar. When the character we're using is either pyro, hydro, cryo, or electro, the corresponding element will be applied to the bar. By switching characters, you can change the element of the bar.
Okay, all the pieces are falling in place now. The bar can infuse a certain element, and the blocks also have their own elements. So causing a skill ball of one element to hit blocks of different elements will trigger elemental reactions. There, how'd I do?
Yep, you nailed it. The bar will add the element corresponding to your character. Besides triggering reactions the way you just mentioned, if a skill ball is already infused by an element and it hits the bar, it will also trigger a reaction, causing the skill ball to have some additional effects. When preparing your team, you
Fun.
can equip modifiers to receive various buff effects, which will help you successfully clear the challenge.
Oh, nice.
Also, when there are less than a certain amount of bricks on the board, and the ball lands another hit, the bar will unleash fireworks.
Whoa.
Oh.
Travelers can utilize this effect to break some bricks that would normally be difficult to hit directly.
It's like a bonus attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
So, travelers will need to select characters of the right elements, equip the appropriate modifiers, and use different elemental reactions to break bricks and score more points.
And then
All right,
travelers
that
will
sounds
be able
fun.
to use their points to exchange for rewards in the event shop, correct?
That's right.
I'm
Also,
gotta say
travelers
though,
will have
I'm
the option
way
of
more
teaming up
interested
and
in
playing
the
the
story
event
of this
together in
event
co-op
than the
mode.
Oh,
gameplay.
looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, in addition to this minigame, the Test of Courage storyline will also contain more challenges. Travelers will even have a chance to meet with some good friends again, so be sure to check out this new event. Alright, let's move on to our next event.
Okay, so next up, we have a race event called Across the Wilderness. Your objective...
You know, I gotta say, I
collect new
assumed
balloons.
the
I don't
Ito
know, seems
rerun
like the Wanderer's abilities
was
might come in
because
no
of
handy
the
here.
TCG.
So, in this event,
That's
each
supposed to be
stage will
coming
have
in this update,
wilderness
right?
balloons scattered all around. Travelers will need to find as many wilderness balloons as possible within the time limit to earn increasingly better rewards. So during the challenge, travelers will be able to utilize their character's skills and talents. So it'll be important to assemble the right team depending on the traits and terrain of the challenge area.
Oh,
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
travelers can also use
Parkour.
something called the Wilderness Compass to obtain various buffs, which include enhanced jumping capabilities, increased movement speed, or unlimited stamina, etc. However, you can
Unlimited
only claim
stamina.
one buff during each challenge. You must consume blessed energy to use the compass and gain the selected buff. You may charge the compass up by finding wilderness balloons or interacting with blessed energy in the challenge. Or you can always wait for the compass to passively charge over time.
Yo, this event looks pretty crazy. It's almost like watching parkour.
Hey,
There are two
same
different
brain,
kinds of wilderness
Nax.
balloons in these challenges. The first is harvest balloons, which will increase the overall progress of your search for wilderness balloons. The other kind is sonar balloons, which will cause several harvest balloons to appear around you for a set amount of time.
That's awesome.
So there will be 5 stages available for this event, and travelers will need to consider the conditions and terrain of each stage to come up with the best way to complete it. Also, travelers may team up in co-op
Oh.
mode for challenges.
Ooh, more chances to play together. I love it.
Yeah, same. Okay, let's move on to our next event.
Everyone's favorite game of hide and seek.
Yeah, Wind
This is
Trace.
going to be another co-op event, and I, for one, am super excited for it.
There's nothing like a good co-op. Many of you might already be familiar with this event by now, but there have been a few changes. Let me introduce what travelers can expect to see this time around.
It better just be new
You
maps.
can probably skip some of the basics this time. You know, players either hide or seek. And then...
Okay, wait a second. There actually might be some new travelers out there who've never seen this event before. So, why don't you start with some of the basics?
Right, good point. Okay, let's start at the beginning then. This is a game with a long history in Mondstadt. Travelers will be split into two different sides, the Rebels and the Hunter. You will need to use skills and master the art of hiding or chasing down others to win this event. The goal of the Hunter is to capture all the Rebels, while the Rebels run or use other means to keep themselves from getting caught by the Hunter.
Okay, that's straightforward enough. So, what else you got for us?
Well, some travelers may remember playing as the Rebels and getting caught early in the game. Once that would happen, all you could do was spectate and watch the rest as the others continue playing. But this time around, once you're caught, you'll still be able to participate in the match, even in observer mode.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Once you're in observer mode, you can't be seen by other players and will receive the illusory beacon skill. This skill will allow you to place a random beacon to confuse the Hunter. If your beacon successfully tricks the Hunter and is destroyed, then the Hunter will suffer an obscure
So even after you've been captured, you can be like a little ghost, trying to help your teammates by disrupting the Hunter.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. And at least you won't have to sit there and just watch the rest of the match anymore.
Exactly, but what does the Hunter get this time? I mean, we gotta keep it fair.
Some new Windward arts have been added for both the Hunter and the Rebels. The Hunter will now be able to use the Hunter's Net. This net can be thrown and will remove any Rebel disguises within its range, and will notify the Hunter that a Rebel was detected. If a beacon is caught in the net, it will be destroyed and the Hunter will not suffer from obscured vision.
Nice. So I guess if you love playing Hunter, you'll probably love this.
Oh yeah, you definitely should. The skill Rebels used in previous versions of the game to place beacons can now only be used by players in observer mode. However, the Rebels will be able to use an all-new Concealing Beacon skill. This skill will allow you to deploy a beacon for a set duration and remain invisible while you're around that beacon. All players, including your Rebel teammates, will be unable to see you while you're invisible. If the Concealing Beacon is destroyed by the Hunter, then the Hunter will have their vision obscured for a short time. Sounds pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if you end up being captured by the Hunter at the start of the game, you'll still be able to participate and assist your teammates. And, did I mention Primo Gems and other rewards? The good stuff. So be sure to check it out.
Oh, that's awesome. Seriously, I can't wait to play with friends. Okay, our next event is a combat-based event.
Time for some combat!
Whoop, whoop.
In a forbidden place warded by dust and sand.
Yeah,
Mysterious
Misty
foes have assembled
Dungeon.
lines
I
of
love Misty
fortifications
Dungeon.
to stop your coming.
Ooh.
That's right, a new edition of Misty Dungeon will arrive in version 3.3. Stoked.
Sweet.
But this time around, there will be a total of 7 trials with different themes awaiting you in the Misty Dungeon. Each has a different leyline disorder, and travelers will have to adjust their teams according to the disorder's effects and the distribution of enemies. There will also be trial characters for you to select from as well.
And that's why I
After
love
entering
Misty
the dungeon,
Dungeon.
travelers will need to go and complete
I don't
3
have a lot
challenges
of
to collect
characters
ancient
on my
runes.
main account
After collecting
because
powerful ancient
I've been
runes,
saving
we
up
can power
for
up the control
apparently
array and
this
proceed to the
patch
final challenge.
since
Also, throughout the
1.1.
trial, additional benediction mechanisms and challenges will appear. Travelers may choose to interact with these to increase the leyline disorder's effects or revive and heal your team.
You know, if it were up to me, I'd say just go for all the challenges.
I know, but travelers should keep in mind that the challenge objective for each trial might be different, so be sure to check the objective and aim for that while proceeding. In terms of rewards, travelers can look forward to winning Primo Gems and other various prizes. Yes.
Ooh, I like prizes.
And last but not least, version 3.3 will also have leyline overflow events. Travelers can look forward to
Oh, I
saving
really
their
don't need
residents,
that.
earning more and
I
more
really,
XP
really
books.
don't need that.
That'll be great for all the travelers out there still leveling up all their new characters. And even if you don't need those resources now, it's always good to stock up and have more on hand, am I right?
Yeah. So, travelers looking to upgrade their characters won't want to miss this.
Yeah, I mean, this is all good stuff.
In addition to the new version's limited time event,
Yes.
version 3.3 will also
There it
have a
is.
new permanent game mode called Genius Invocation TCG.
Genius Invocation TCG!
But before we get into that, let's take another quick break and enjoy a redemption code.
Heck
Yay!
Slap that code on the screen.
Okay, so like in the last special program, when they were talking about Genius Invocation TCG, they showed off some cards, and one of them was Signora dressed up in the Crimson Witch set, right? Do you see where I'm going with this? There needs to be a card of Scaramouche dressed up in the Husk of Opulent Dreams set. Oh, I'm so excited for this update. How much time is left on this? Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. During our journey into VAT, we've stumbled across several NPCs talking about a game called Genius Invocation TCG.
Not just NPCs.
So
Ito
we'll
and
introduce this card
Sino
game
and
that's
Hazo
taking
play
VAT
it.
by storm. In the version 3.1 special program, we already revealed that Genius Invocation TCG will be a card game where we can challenge various characters and NPCs or battle against your friends. But there is actually a legend behind this game. It is said that a young guy in Sumeru found an ancient casket of tomes in the attic. He opened it and discovered that the soul of an ancient TCG player called the Crocodile King had been captured inside.
Isn't this just Yu-Gi-Oh?
It turns out that the Crocodile King was King Deshret's viceroy. who
Isn't this
battled
like
an
basically
opponent named
Yu-Gi-Oh?
the Ibis King.
I haven't been into
During
Yu-Gi-Oh
the
since I
match,
was like
the
5.
Crocodile King fell prey to his opponent's scheme and was sealed away in the casket of tomes.
Ouch, game over.
After being unexpectedly released by the kid, the Crocodile King possesses him and helps him to gradually climb the ranks to becoming a legendary TCG player.
Nice. Hang on, is it just me, or does that kind of sound like the plot to a light novel or something?
Yeah.
You're right. It turns out that Yai Publishing House is about to release a hit light novel series based on Genius Invocation TCG.
Okay, now this is starting to sound like a publishing house.
Maybe. But anyway, that's the legend on how Genius Invocation TCG came to be. Though it's probably just a story they came up with for marketing the game.
So while you were telling us about the story, I was over here researching the rules to the game. Basically, Genius Invocation TCG is a game where you use a constructed deck of cards to duel against an
Okay, but
opponent.
show us some of the
objective
cards.
Is to defeat
Yeah,
all your
I'm
opponent's
mostly
character
interested
cards.
in the
That's
card
right.
art.
Also, there
'cause
are
it's
many
really
features
pretty.
and mechanics in the game that resonate with Genshin Impact's gameplay, so it shouldn't be too hard for players to get the hang of.
Right, I even saw some elemental reactions in the gameplay.
Yup, a constructed deck must contain character cards. And as you might expect, these character cards have a normal attack, an elemental skill, and an elemental burst. So when a character card deals elemental damage to an enemy, it will cause them to be affected by that element. Then you can switch to a character card
See,
of a
that's
different
the-
element
the
and use
Signora
their
card I was
abilities to
talking
trigger
about.
an elemental reaction.
Wait, did you guys notice that there are even monster character cards? Can we even make a deck of, like, just the monsters from the game?
You're really getting into this, Max.
Heck yeah, I am! I like card
This
games.
sounds really
does it?
fun.
So in Genius Invocation TCG, all actions require you to spend elemental dice. Each round, both you and your opponent will roll 8 elemental dice. Each of these elemental dice can have any one of 8 elemental attributes.
Hold on, but there's only 7 elements in the world of Tevat.
You're right. So in addition to the 7 standard elements, there's also one called the Omni element. The elemental dice required for a character card to perform an action
I wonder if
correspond
that
to
might
the
have
character's
lore
element. So, for
implications.
example, a Pyro character like D-Luke needs either Pyro or Omni elemental dice to perform an action. Clear now?
Yep, crystal clear.
Okay, so it's like the energy
Also,
cards in
elemental dice
Pokemon.
can be used to switch characters or play a variety of other cards, such as equipment cards, event cards, and support cards. All these cards create the potential for a variety of strategies.
Right. While playing Genius Invocation TCG, travelers can earn player experience, which will increase your player level. As your level increases, you'll be able to challenge more characters and NPCs. By By completing challenges, you may earn lucky coins, new cards, or other rewards. Lucky coins can be exchanged in the event shop for cards, or can even unlock dynamic skins for certain cards.
Wait, hang on. Hang on, I need to go back and look at those.
Which will increase your player level. As your level increases, you'll be able to challenge more characters and NPCs. By completing challenges, you may earn lucky coins, new cards, or other rewards. Lucky coins can be exchanged in the event shop for cards.
Okay, so what do we got here?
Or can even unlock
Crimson Witch, Thundering Fury, Viridescent Venerer, Heart of Depth, Blizzard Strayer, Archaic Petra, Deepwood Memories.
dynamic skins for certain cards.
Dynamic skins? Those are cards that have.
They better add more of those.
That's right. All character cards can unlock a dynamic skin. After unlocking that, there'll even be a cool bonus animation whenever you cast that character's elemental burst.
Cool.
And if you're confident in your TCG skills, you can also invite a friend to duel. After reaching a high enough player level, you'll even unlock a matchmaking mode. So be sure to give it a try.
Travelers should note that playing against your friends or other travelers won't count towards any leaderboards or provide any rewards. So you can relax. It's all just for fun. Okay, that's everything we have for Genius Invocation TCG, and that brings us to the end of today's special program.
Oh.
So, what did you think?
Why does it have to be over? There's so much that this version has to offer.
Yeah, I can't even take it all in right now. I'm just super stoked to be part of
Oh, this is gonna be a fun update.
gained some
And an
Kunoichi
emotional
points just doing this
update.
whole thing, so.
Man, the new characters look cool.
I know, what about Scaramouche hovering? Like, that's
I
insane.
know, that's awesome.
That's so dope.
That's awesome. And I
Oh, I'm gonna
cannot
have to go
wait
through this
to
again
play in some of
after
these
I'm
events
done
and big
here and
games.
like
I'm super
screenshot
excited.
all the different expressions for his
This was
chibi.
so fun. I'm really glad that we got to do the special program together.
I'm so happy I got to come back for another special program. This is my third time being on one of these, and I can't wait for number 4. I'm counting.
I'm so happy. This is my first one, so thank you for having me.
Doesn't it feel good?
Yes,
Doesn't
I
it feel
feel
good to
honored
feel
to be here.
special?
Seriously, I'm
Do
just
you
like-
feel special?
I really do.
Well, I think this is the end of our special program. So I hope everyone enjoyed it, and we'll see you in game. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
See you later.
Max, what was that? Oh man, I am excited. This is gonna be a fun update. It's gonna be an emotional update. Oh boy. Yeah, wow. Huh. Well, I'm definitely going to be recording that new Archon quest, so look forward to that. Gonna be getting C6 Wanderer and possibly his weapon if I'm lucky on my main account, so look forward to that. Apparently I'm gonna have to do some wishes for Faruzan on bows only, so look forward to that. And I want to try out the TCG. Oh, this update looks really fun. So yeah, got a bunch of stuff planned now, so I'll see you all for all of that.